Hello, Esper here. Thank you for following with me on this video series. So this is going to be the final video that pertains to the line work on this map. So I have added in some additional forest and hills here on the eastern side of this map. In this video I'm going to get into special features. When I mean special features, I mean these special little icons and unique locations, like this big pine tree there. And down here, oh, look at that hill that's different. Special icons, special features. These are the things that are going to set your map apart. There are a lot of nice fantasy maps out there, and anyone can do what we've gotten to this part here. You know, anyone can make this. Now, what I'm going to be talking about is you creating your own unique special area. So the first one that I want to do is a canyon. Now, my first attempt at a canyon was another bird's eye view, and as you've seen in this video series, I'm not doing a lot of things that are strictly bird's eye view. Here we go. We've got this 3/4 view, and that canyon fits the style of the map much more. So how I'm making this is I'm making a fairly jagged line here, and I know that I'm going to have it curve from the left to the right and then kind of hook back to the left. So I make both sides, and then I just pull down here on the corners and edges. Just pull it down, and that gives the effect of depth. Looks like a rocky canyon or crevice in the ground, and then I just start doing some shading with the darkest parts at the bottom and kind of fading it up a little bit with some hatching from there. This is a little bit more advanced. It's a little more challenging, this specific feature here with the canyon, but it looks really nice. And I'm just gonna pull the edges here where there are these kind of farthest most corners, just to give the sense of the ground breaking or cracking open. So this is just one example of a special feature that I'm going to show in this video. Well, I guess I've already shown that big tree and the big hill, but this is going to be my first one that I'm actually drawing on here. And again, these special features are what allows you to really put your own signature touch onto the map to make locations that make people want to explore, to adventure, to discover. It's just going to set everything apart and really take it to the whole next level. So here we go. I'm going to put in a big canyon separating these westernmost hills from the central and eastern areas of the map. Alright, there we go. I've got the basic line, and now I'm going to put in those vertical lines that give it the illusion of depth, like you're looking down into a crack in the ground. I'm going to go ahead and put on these little side details now to give the sense of the ground breaking or cracking. Gives it a little bit of depth, almost that 2.5D look that I've been going for with this map, and then put in my shading. So there we go. We have the illusion of depth, and as I showed before with I believe it was the mountains and hills video, I like to cradle these elements into the map by surrounding them with other elements. I don't like things to just laying out there in the open by themselves. I like them to be connected with other elements. That really helps it become part of the whole surrounding. So there we are. I'm liking my canyon. Alright, I've got the hills at the side. Just gonna put a couple little finishing touches. There we go. Now, next I'm going to do a cave. Now here's an example of a cave up in a mountain. It almost gives this, what would I call that, an eyrie or rookery or big cliff. Now here is more like what I'm thinking about, a cave, not a tall mountain peak ledge. So basically I make a hill. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here so I can show, and then I make a cave opening. Then we go into do the second layer, that all important second layer. So I've got the shading on the side of the hill. I'm going to make it, give the impression that there's this cave mouth kind of pops out at you. There we go. And then, you need to darken the cave. You might want to put a little kind of pathway that looks like it's coming out of the cave. There we go. So you can put that on the map, and already, what is that? Is that an adventure site? What's inside that cave? It calls to the people that are viewing the map, or if you're playing a role-playing game, it calls to adventure, to explore, danger, treasure, mystery. All right, so let's go and put a cave onto the map. Let's pick a nice location here. All right, I like it here. There's not much going on in this blank area yet, so I'm going to put down a basic hill line, put the cave mouth, and just go into my second layer with the shading. There we go. I've got the dark mouth with a little path coming out of it. Now, I know obviously not every cave literally has that, but when you look at it again, it gives you this sense of, oh, we can enter this cave. There's a way to go inside it. And as always, I'm going to cradle or couch the new hill into the map itself. It's going to blend or attach itself into the overall map by putting these little associated elements right next to it. A lot of times they're like a smaller, less detailed element that you just surround it with. See, it's already become part of my map. All right, so I've got the hills there. Good. So here is the finished map after I've added in all my unique locations, and I did a scan of it. You can see I put in some more mountains. In the northwestern part of the map, I put in another swamp area and this big, what looks like a dead tree, or maybe even a half-cut tree, maybe even a giant stump. So again, another unique location. I could give that a name, and already my my creativity is going to be flowing. My ideas are going. I'm going to have ideas already as to what could that be. It could be as simple as just a little note to myself. This area is the lair of a swamp witch, or as detailed as an entire adventure in which that is a dungeon location full of a fully fleshed out adventure. So that concludes all of the line work that I'm going to do. I could do more. There's still some areas that have a little bit of too much blank space. But I want to thank you all for following with me on this video series. I have mentioned my Patreon before, and I want to mention the map level. So that's something that I encourage you to look into. There's a link down in the description, and I'll try to put a link at the end of the video. Every month I do a custom map drawn from, I select one of my Patreons, or one of my supporters rather, at the map level, and then that person gives me details, idea, maybe even a real basic map that they sketched out once upon a time, and then I turned it into a full, fully fleshed out map that then you and all the other people receiving that newsletter can use for your games at home. So thanks a lot. I look forward to do some more videos. I'm actually thinking about doing a video series on drawing the dungeon maps. I've gotten a lot of requests for dungeon maps and battle maps, and I love doing those too. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. I might color this one, I might not. So don't hold your breath, but if I do, I'll certainly make another tutorial video. But I'm really interested now in doing a dungeon map tutorial. Again, thanks for following along with this video series. I hope it's turning out to be very helpful for your own map making, and may your adventures be many.